Testing, 1, 2 today. Oh my god. So I'm gonna start a gardening show. Kiwi is. God.
Every day I grow a little older, yeah. And I can feel my heart getting colder, yeah. But I remember what my mama told me, that if it's worth it, it won't be easy. So it won't be easy, baby, believe me. You got to know you're right inside.
For that jazz. Alright, episode 1. Today we're going to be filming sowing seeds. We're going to be focusing on everything you need to sow the seeds, from potting, from the soils that you need to use, from the sprinkly the water onto the seeds to keep them moist, to the different seed depths that seeds like to go at to be germinated best, how long germination even takes. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, sowing seeds. Let's go. Everything that you need. You need some compostable pots so that the... Oh, worm, look at that. Fucking beauty. You can chuck that straight into the dirt. Alright, sowing seeds. So, you need these compostable pots. They're great. They just compost and decompose in dirt once you transplant the seeds. Once you transplant the seeds that have grown into seedlings into a bigger pot. You need your seed raising mix. I really like this one. It has fertilizer already in it. Definitely big no is don't actually add fertilizer to your soil when you're sowing seeds. It'll kill the seeds really quickly. You need your seed packets. Read these carefully on the back. Exactly what is needed for the seeds, because seeds are definitely unique, different sizes of seeds, and they'll need to be sown at different depths. So after you've read your seed packets and know what depth to sow them at, you're going to chuck on your gardening gloves, because some chemicals are in the some chemicals are in the soil, so they can actually make you feel a bit yucky if you're in heaps of contact with them, I reckon. The other thing that you need is a spray bottle. I forgot this. These are great so that you can spread water evenly onto the seeds. Alright, let's get started. We're going to spread these out, all the decompostable pots out, so that we can just quickly fill them up with soil. Then we're going to fill them up with soil. I'll show you how full I filled them. I've read in my seedling packet that it says that these are really fine seeds and that they only like to sit on the top of what you're to sow them, and you only need to cover them lightly with soil. So I'm filling them about this high. Some of the big pots about this high, some of the smaller decompostable pots about this high, can't say that word, decompostable. And then I'm going to sprinkle the seeds on there, and then sprinkle cover them slightly with the seed raising mix. I like to use a variety of pots, some big and some little. This is just so that I can maximize survival, because people say that bigger pots hold moisture better and little pots dry out a little easier. So I'm just spreading the seeds across the seed raising mix there, just across the top. I'm not mixing the two different types together. There's no point in doing companion planting with these types of seeds. We'll go into companion planting another day, and that's where you put two different types of plants really close together because they grow well together. But in this instance, I'm keeping each separate type of flower in their own pot. But next thing we want to do is pump this up so that we can sprinkle some water onto our seedlings while they're just on the top there and we can see them. It helps. I find sprinkling water onto them helps spread them out a bit if you've got ones that are all bunched up and congested. So just try and spread them out as best you can as you water them up and get the soil nice and moist. And the next step that we're going to do is we're going to cover the seeds with just a thin layer of seed raising mix over the top, because remember we've got fine seeds, so we only slightly just want to cover them. So here's one that I haven't yet covered on the left, and here's one I've just covered just lightly with some seed raising mix so that the seeds are completely covered in a thin layer of soil. And our last step before we place them somewhere to germinate is just water them again. Give them a quick sprinkly, just because the goal isn't to overwater them, but the goal is to keep them nice and moist throughout the whole germination period. So just check them about two times a day. Boom. Look at those. They're like my little children. Perfect. Next step, place them somewhere. Germinate time. Alright, we've completed everything that we need to sow the seeds, and we have our lovely pot here with the sown seeds ready for germination around the back of Ash's garden. Beautiful views through some Moulin Rouge sunflowers and in to join my friends for germination. Here we are. I've got some here that I prepared earlier. These are about 3 to 5 days old. So as you can see, they've already poked their beautiful little heads up. Alright, episode 1 in the can. Beautiful. That makes me think about 2 reasons why I garden. Reason 1 is because it's therapeutic and good for your mental health. Reason 2 is that gardening really changes it up. It really changes the society that we live in. It kind of gives you the opposite of instant gratification, where you kind of have to really stick with the plants and kind of stick it out and slow down a bit and grow as they grow, as I like to say. That brings me to my golden #1 rule of gardening, and that's that even the best gardeners stuff up. Even the best gardeners kill plants. So don't worry, remember this, that even if you stuff up, the rule is to learn and grow with the plants. Thanks for watching.